It's the Breaks Music Show. I'm your host, Ed Steele. Today we are joined by the Lovestruck Marys. Sam Stevens joining us from the Yorkshire-based group, the Lovestruck Marys. And Sam, I gotta ask, who and why are the Lovestruck Marys?
Well, I think the why is because the music business really and what we're seeing with bands has become a bunch of shoegazing, grey-looking, boring what's-names that we've got out there. And the Lovestruck Marys really want to bring back what we've had as far as glam and excitement, maybe drawing on Bowie in the 80s and lots of the exciting stuff with the Prodigy and even the likes of Marilyn Manson, these people that really put a show on. That's the why. We want to bring that excitement back to the stage, and predominantly we're a stage band. We've got some great tracks that hopefully you'll be playing, but predominantly we're a stage band and we like to put on a real proper theatre show when we go out there. And that's the why. That's the why, is to break out of the grey, bring some colour back. And who are the Lovestruck Marys? I'm Sam Stevens. I write a lot of the material with the other guys. We've got Ella, who plays drums for us. We've got a brilliant girl drummer, Ella. She's a lunatic. And Baz, another girl in the band who plays guitar. She's a riff, fantastic lunatic as well. And we've got Alex, who's our bass player. Again, these are all cool guys, people I've known for a long time, and people I've played in various other guises for, various other projects and so on. And we pulled everybody together. I've got a bit of a story about that, if you don't mind me droning on. I was out in the States playing clubs and so on with a management company until I think it was probably last January. And we called a halt of it, not this January just gone, but January 2019. We called a halt on that, so I came back and met the family and this sort of stuff. And all of a sudden we had COVID, of course, and lockdown, which kind of curtailed the plans I had to go back out to the States and carry on playing and so on. So we weren't allowed to travel. We weren't allowed to come over and see you guys, which is a bit of a shame because we had a great time. So I thought, well, what can I do now? So I sat I've got a home studio in the garage, and sat down, wrote a new album, wrote a new stage show, and pulled all these other musos together. And it's really been, instead of, it's tough when people have lost people through COVID and stuff, but it gave me a great opportunity for me to turn the phone off and spend, 3 or 4 months writing the album. And it's been quite an exciting time to really indulge myself and get the other session musicians in and the other people, get them in to play their parts and do what they're doing. So it's been quite a good experience for us, this COVID and the lockdown that we've had here in the UK. We've managed to pull everybody else together, and now we're ready to go out and play live. And let's hear some of the stuff we've got.
It's Sam Stevens from the Lovestruck Marys. Here's their song, Chemical Reaction, on the Breaks Music Show.
It's no life without a chemical reaction. It's no life without a perfect chain reaction. It's no life without a chemical reaction. It's no life without a perfect chain reaction. It's no life. Well, feeling in such a vital time. Feel like heaven is a little closer. Need a little something to change my mind. Need a little something to make me higher. Oh, take me away from here. Oh, spread your wings and fly. It's no life without a chemical reaction. It's no life without a perfect chain reaction. It's no life without Well, feeling in touch with my feminine side. Need a little something to take me higher. Buckle up, baby, I'm ready to fly. Drop a little something to take me higher. It's no life without a chemical reaction. It's no life without a perfect chain reaction. It's no life without a chemical reaction. It's no life without a perfect chain reaction. It's no life. Buckle up, baby, I'm ready to fly. Buckle up, baby, I'm ready to fly. Buckle up, baby, I'm ready to fly. Buckle up, baby, I'm ready to fly.
It's the Breaks Music Show. I'm your host, Ed Steele. We're talking with Sam Stevens of the Lovestruck Marys. All right, we just heard the song Chemical Reaction. Can you give us a little backstory to that song, Sam?
Well, I think Chemical Reaction was an endeavour to. It's really like an homage to a lot of the bands that we grew up with in the 80s, and one in particular, a guy called Pete Burns, who was the singer for Dead or Alive. Now, I've kind of channeled my Pete Burns in this to bring out that whole kind of glam, exciting sort of dance arena. We try to bring that sort of feeling back. So that's really about Chemical Reaction. The subject matter, Chemical Reaction, is really... as far as we all have our own means of medication or our own means of regulating our lives and so on. You know, some people use sport, some people, use the family. Other people like a small drink, just a small one, like I do. Other people use other things. But the idea with Chemical Reaction was kind of indulging ourselves in the idea that everybody has these things which helps them get through life. And it's no life without your own chemical reaction is the subject matter that we've got there. And predominantly from my point of view, that whole thing about having the connection with somebody else and having that whole sort of love story and so on, plus the idea of music and dance and getting there and being extravagant and so on. That's my chemical reaction. That's what gets me through, you know.
It's Sam Stevens from the Lovestruck Marys, the Yorkshire-based band. All right, you have a tribute to David Bowie on YouTube, Lady Grinning Soul. Can you tell us more about that? What does David Bowie mean to you?
Well, interestingly, his passing was not so long ago, and it affects me. We have kind of a vigil that we do here every year because he's so important to me, my friends, and the people like me over here. Bowie was the first time I heard Bowie. It was the first time that anybody said to me, it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to be whoever you are. And, you know, for young teens, friends of mine like Boy George and Marilyn and all these sort of guys that I grew up with, it was the first time that anybody had said that. Now, the important thing around that as well is when you're in your teens, sometimes you don't know who you're supposed to be. And the idea behind that was it's okay to be who you are. And if you don't know who you are, just make it up. Just make it up. Just enjoy yourself. Just create a... if you're insecure as an individual, like most of us musicians are, create your alter ego. Create your somebody who can take you out there into the wide world. And we all do this kind of thing. And David Bowie, that's what he meant to me. The song itself, Lady Grinning Soul, is fantastic. And I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. The video was great fun to do, even though the stock clips cost me an absolute fortune. But yeah, it's great fun. And I'm really chuffed to think it gives me great pleasure that people would have enjoyed that, me doing that.
It's Sam Stevens of the Lovestruck Marys. Let's do their song, I'm a Man with a Plan, on the Breaks Music Show.
Yes, sir. Undefeated. Heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah, I'm a man. Hey! I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, yes I can. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, yes I am. I'm a dude, I'm a dude, I'm a dude with a clue. I'm a dude, I'm a dude, I'm a dude with the shoe. I'm a dude, I'm a dude, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, yes I am. Hanging out in the city for music. Yet to know who breaks the rules is so dangerous. Hanging out to burn the time. You take a bunch, you do the thing, so dear to us. Yes, I am. Oh. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, yes I am. Hey, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man with a plan. I'm a man, yes I am. Hanging out in the city for music. Yet to know who breaks the rules is so dangerous. Hanging out to burn the time. You got the bunch, you do the thing so dear to us. Oh, yes I am.
It's the Breaks Music Show, and today it's Sam Stevens joining us in the studio from the Lovestruck Marys, the Yorkshire-based band, and more with them coming up for you here in just a moment. It's the Breaks Music Show. I'm your host, Ed Steele. We're speaking with Sam Stevens from the Lovestruck Marys. And Sam, so tell us about your latest project and what are your plans for 2021?
Well, the main thing we want to do is get out on stage. Like I was saying when we spoke earlier, we wanted to put the band together to blow away all the greyness, all the sadness, and all the thing that lockdown and COVID and everything has provided for us. We want to blow all that away. We want to be positive. We want to get out there, put a show on, and get people jumping around. Now, the main thing about getting out live, and this is one of my things I wanted to mention, was that with the advent of Spotify and this sort of stuff, artists like me, artists like friends of mine, are not making the kind of money from record sales and streaming and so on that we used to, because Spotify, Apple Music, all these sort of people, they're taking a lion's share and leaving us with nothing, not even the bones. So what we need to do is get out there and play live, everybody. It's no longer any good for a band to say, hey, I've created some great stuff in the studio. It sounds fantastic. You're not going to make a living out of that. You need to get yourself out live. You can probably make more from selling one T-shirt than you can, I've experienced this, than selling like 30,000 downloads. So the point is get out there live. Now, another point is, if you're going to get out live, who would you rather go and see? Who would you rather go and see? You want to see James Taylor on stage, sitting down on a stool with long hair, looking really boring, playing some great songs? Or do you want to go and see Kiss? You want to go and see Twisted Sister or something that makes you go, what the beep? So this is really what we want to do. We want to put on a show. And, the videos that we've got coming up, you asked me what we're doing next. We've got a set of videos. Oh, yeah, Van Halen. Look at Van Halen shows. They were just through the roof. But we've got a set of videos that we've got coming up that's all for promoting the shows that we've got. They're crazy. They're eclectic. They're very, very unusual. If you expect anything normal from us, you're on the channel. You're on the wrong channel here. But really what we want to do is put that exciting and creative show together, something that will make you jump up and down, get you all hot and sweaty, and just make you remember the band and come back and see us again. That's what it's all about. Take your girl down, take your boy down, come and see us and have some fun. That's what we're after. That's what we're doing in the next 6 to 9 months. We'll be out there playing.
It's Sam Stevens from the Lovestruck Marys, and here's their song Rocket Ships and Angels on the Breaks Music Show. It's the Breaks Music Show with Ed Steele and, of course, Sam Stevens from the Lovestruck Marys. We want to thank him for stopping by. All right, the Lovestruck Marys. How can we see more of your videos? How can we hear more of your music? How can we, get in contact with you on socials? What's all that about?
Well, the easiest thing to do, go to the website. It's www.thelovestruckmarys.com. It's got everything on there. All the free content. We're not charging for the content on the Lovestruck Marys website. You can have as much as you like, and there'll be some time when we're getting people to subscribe for free and all this sort of stuff, so we can capture your email address and send you all our lovely stuff out, and send you the schedule that we've got of the live shows and so on. So have a look at www.thelovestruckmarys.com, which is our website. You can get Sam Stevens' music on Facebook. You can also find the Lovestruck Marys on Facebook. You can also find Sam Stevens' music and the Lovestruck Marys on Instagram. And that's about as much as we've got, because that's all the time I've got to keep updating these things. But we've got loads of content on there. Come and see it. It'll be an absolute pleasure. Send us loads of comments on Facebook, on Instagram. Send us loads of comments on the website. It'd be brilliant to hear from you.
All right, Sam. Thank you very much. Sam Stevens and the Lovestruck Marys. More coming up on the Breaks Music Show. The next episode of the Breaks Music Show promises to be another good one. Indigo, Dearly Departed, and Low Standards.